Good morning everyone. In continuation with chapter number 5, we are here again to go for one more topic, that is mode of occurrence of minerals. Up till now we have studied what are minerals and why are they important, and how do they vary in their color, in the texture, density, and also how do geographers and geologists study minerals as. So our today's topic is mode of occurrence of minerals. Where do minerals occur or where are they found? So minerals are usually found in ores. What is an ore? Now ore is a term that is used to describe accumulation of any mineral which is mixed with other elements. In simple words, ores are nothing but the rocks which contains minerals. Sometimes one mineral or sometimes more than one minerals. Now to make the ore commercially viable or commercially important, there must be three conditions which needs to be fulfilled. Or in simple words, if we say that what are the conditions that makes minerals commercially viable? So there are three conditions that makes minerals commercially important. The first condition is the ore which is present, the mineral which is present in the ore must be in sufficient concentration. Now we all know that ore contains minerals. So if mineral is present in the sufficient quantity in the ores, then only it is of use. Then only we can extract it, and then only it will be of commercial importance. So this is the first condition. Now second condition is the type or formation in which they are found determines the relative case with which mineral ore may be mined. See, it simply means that whether the minerals are easily mined or not. Are we able to mine the minerals or extract the minerals easily or not? Wherever they are found, are they easily mined or not? So this is the second condition. And the third condition is that cost of extraction. So we have to see whether the cost of extraction of mineral is very high or low. If it is low, then it is good for commercial growth. Otherwise it's of no use extracting the minerals. So these are the three conditions which makes the minerals commercially viable. I repeat all the three conditions. The first condition is the minerals which are present in the ore must be in sufficient quantity. Second condition, it should be mined easily wherever they are found or whichever region they are found. And the third condition is the cost of extraction of mineral should not be very high. So these are the three conditions which makes mineral commercially important. So now our next topic, which is very important topic, is minerals generally occur in these forms. We are now going to study about how do minerals occur in various forms. So there are three different forms in which minerals occur or found. The first is they are found in veins and lodes. Now what are veins and lodes? Veins and lodes are nothing but the cracks which are found on the rocks. Now here we are going to talk about two types of rocks, igneous and metamorphic rocks, where we'll find lot of crevices, faults or joints. Now in these crevices, faults, joints, we found minerals. Now the smaller occurrence of minerals are called veins. Okay, when minerals are found in the smaller quantity, we call it veins, and when they are found in large quantity, we call it lodes. So the first occurrence of minerals is in veins and lodes of igneous and metamorphic rocks. Now in most cases they are formed when minerals is in liquid or molten and gaseous forms and forced upward through the cavities towards the earth's surface. Now the minerals, they are present in these rocks, they are present in the form of molten matter or in the gaseous form. So with the internal pressure, when they are forced to come on the surface, they get deposited in the cracks, and in such cracks minerals are found. So some of the important minerals which are found in veins and lodes are tin, copper, zinc and lead. These are the minerals which are obtained from veins and lodes. So this is the first occurrence of minerals. Second occurrence is in the beds or the layers. Here beds means layers of rocks. So usually sedimentary rocks, they are formed in layers. There are different layers of sedimentary rocks. Now inside this layer, what happens? The dead plants and animals, they get deposited in between the layers of the sedimentary rocks, and in these layers or in these horizontal strata means horizontal layers. So in these horizontal strata, the minerals are found. For example, coal and iron. Coal is one of the most important mineral that is found in the beds or the layers of the sedimentary rocks. So this is one way of occurrence of minerals in the sedimentary rocks. There is another way of occurrence of minerals in this category, and that is in the arid region. Now in the arid region also the minerals are found as a result of evaporation. So we all know arid regions are very hot and dry regions where the water evaporates very quickly, and when water evaporates, the minerals which are present in the sedimentary rocks, they can be extracted like gypsum, potash, salt and sodium salt. So this is the second occurrence, and the third occurrence is as a residual mass of weathered material. First let us understand the meaning. Residual means something which is left over, and weathered material here means the minerals. Okay. Now in this category, the mode of formation involves the decomposition of surface rocks and removal of soluble constituents, leaving a residual mass of weathered material containing ores. Now here I have made it simple. So when rocks decomposes, it means when the rocks breaks down, some of the soluble constituents which are present in the rocks, they removes out. Okay, they comes out. As they are soluble, they get soluble in the water, and some of the constituents which are not soluble, they remain present in the ore, and that is called as residual mass. Residual mass means the minerals which remains inside the ores, which does not comes out because they are not soluble. So they remains inside as a residual mass, as a leftover mass, and they are called as ores. Now from this ore we extract minerals. For example, bauxite. Bauxite is an ore of aluminium. It means from bauxite we extract aluminium. Our next category of occurrence of minerals is alluvial deposits. Now alluvial deposits, some of the minerals are found in the alluvial plains, and they are called as alluvial deposits. Now in the alluvial plains, they are found in the sands of valley floor and base of the hills. Floor of the valley and base of the hills. So there lot of mineral gets deposited. These minerals, they are not eroded by the water, so they get deposited in the valley floor and in the base of the hills, and they get placed over there. It means they get deposit over there, so they are also called as placer deposits. So minerals which are found in the alluvial deposit, they are called as placer deposit because they are not eroded by the water or corroded by the water. For example, gold, silver, tin and platinum, they are found in the alluvial deposits. And the last occurrence of minerals is ocean water. Ocean water also contains lot of minerals. We all know we get one of the most important mineral from ocean water, that is common salt. So apart from common salt, we have magnesium, we have bromine also. There are lot of minerals which are found in ocean water, but as ocean is very vast, it's difficult to extract all the minerals from the ocean water. So we are able to extract only few of them, so which are common salt, magnesium and bromine. Even manganese nodules are also extracted from ocean water. So this was the topic about occurrence of minerals. So I just repeat, minerals occurs in 5 different forms. Number 1 is as veins and lodes in igneous and metamorphic rock. Second occurrence is in the sedimentary rocks, in the beds and layers. The third occurrence is as a residual mass of weathered material. And the fourth occurrence is in the alluvial deposits as a placer deposits. And the last occurrence is in the ocean water. So questions will be sent in the group, in the WhatsApp group, and all the answers will find in the textbook only. So complete those questions and go through the topics taught today, and if any doubt you ask me in the group. Thank you.